What is up everyone? Today's video is going to be about Kazuya's best move, and one of the best moves in the entire game, Electric Wind Godfist. I will be referring to it as Electric for the remainder of this video. In every video of Kazuya that I have released, the number one question, whether it's here, or on stream, or on Twitter, is how do I do Electric so well? So here, I'm going to show you. Before we get into it, I do just want to say that it is going to be practice. Regardless of the method that you use, you are going to have to practice this a lot. I have really good timing, which is why I was able to get it so quickly and fairly consistently. So if you don't have really good timings, you are just going to have to practice it. I'll be using a hand cam to show you what I'm doing, so let's go. Wind Godfist is just his Dragon Punch. It's just that move, right? Where it's just a Dragon Punch or a forward down to down forward motion, and that's it, right? But Electric Wind Godfist, and similar to in Tekken, is when you do it, and when you get to the down forward input, which is the last input, that's when you hit A. So, to me, it looks like this. Where in my head, I basically go 1, 2, 3. And this, the down forward is part of the 3. And that's basically all I do. That is my method. There is another method, I think Gimmer did this, where if you do a full circle from right all the way around to down right, and then hit A, obviously it'll do that, so I just want to show that. It's actually kind of sick in terms of concept. I just think that that method's a lot slower, so I don't really know why one would use it unless you're having an incredible amount of difficulty doing this, in which case you should probably just be practicing more anyway. Apologies that the controller is not perfect. This is kind of an awkward setup. And that's literally all I'm doing. Those are really the only two methods that I've seen to do it. And now that that's kind of out of the way, again, you are literally just gonna have to practice it. If you don't have super good timing, it's just practice. And that's it. Like, I can get it like over 2 or 3 or 4 dozen times in a row without messing it up. So it's just something that you're gonna have to practice. There's no way around practicing this, you just have to practice it. And if you are going to play Kazuya, I think this is like the most important thing to practice, because this literally makes his combo game insane, and I want to go into that now. Hi, editing ESAM here. I also forgot to mention, if you couldn't get it from the video, you have to let go of A very quickly as well, otherwise you will do his bigger punch. I don't know what it's called. The Rising Demon Tackle probably sounds about right. So you have to basically tap the A button as if you were doing a short hop. Okay, back to the video. The tip that I personally just want to give y'all is I don't use the C stick for my tilts except for up tilt. And like up tilt, forward tilt, and back tilt. Those are the only ones I use the C stick for, because he's not going to turn around. You can always just use the directional stick, which is a lot easier for me personally, especially because you can buffer it. When in situations like side B, I literally go side B into hold down back tilt because I have plenty of time, and then I time the rest of the combo. But it's a lot easier for me to do that than to like use the C stick, because I'm personally just worse with the C stick because I'm not used to doing diagonals like 100%. I oftentimes get like down tilt by accident. So I personally use the joystick, and it is totally fine to do so. So when it comes to Kazuya and combos, you can basically do so much. I kind of already covered it in my how to learn how to combo with Kazuya video, but in this I'm going to go into a lot more detail. I'm going to talk about why. So the reason Electric is so good is because it has a ton of hits done. It literally almost gets people to the floor. Like, it is so much hits done. I'm just gonna I'm waiting so long that like barely missed. Like, your characters the characters get put into so much hits done to the point where ground moves will combo off of it. Like, a ton of hits done. But speaking of moves that combo, the main moves you are going to use to combo are your down back, which is your trip move, your down forward, which is that little uppercut, up tilt, crouching down tilt, and grab. At 0%, down throw into electric works on every character, and of course, the electric is going to be a little higher. It's going to be different than when you do it on the floor, which I will get into a little. But, so basically, you're going to do aerials in order to combo off of that if you want to prolong your combos. Because, I mean, you can just technically do like this. And that's it. And of course, something that's just solid damage if there are platforms in the way is down throw electric into down B. But basically, let me go over all the individual moves. because a couple of them do have caveats. For Trip Electric, there's honestly a lot of characters that it doesn't work on. I will put it on the screen now. The characters in red are the ones that the Trip into Electric does not work on, and the characters in blue, such as Fox, are ones that you have to dash into them to make sure you are as close as you can be in order to hit the Electric, because otherwise it will whiff. You can screenshot this, make sure you have it, because it is so important when it comes to comboing with Kazuya. But if it does work, this is absolutely a fantastic. Of course, it would be a good parry punish to get like down back tilt into Electric into up smash, or to prolong the combo with something else if you want to. So there are plenty of good opportunities for this. If the Trip works, it is so good, especially because you can combo the Trip out of several things, such as side B, which that's just broken. And then you have, of course, landing Nair if it doesn't put you into tumble, but like, let's say, I'm just gonna use an Electric to get there, and we'll go into that in a little. So you can get Electric into Nair into the down back tilt. Let me get it real quick. There we go. So you end up getting really, really good confirms. Of course, all this basically links together, and it is just information that is very, very important to know overall. So there's not really any caveats to the Trip into the Electric other than, you know, the character that doesn't work on. So let's go into the next one, which is the down forward tilt. This is also great. It scoops really low, it's fast, and honestly a really good thing about it is you can combo it off of the Trip. So there's a lot of times when you can get stuff like this. So yeah, it just makes it really powerful because it's a move that scoops really low and can continue combos after the Trip on the characters that the Trip doesn't work. There are a couple of characters where this down forward into Electric doesn't work, and that's going to be characters with frame 2 or faster escape options, whether it be air dodge, let's say Luigi's down B, you have foresight, you have duck hunt can, all those type of things are going to get out of down forward into Electric, and I will put that on the screen here just for, you know, simplicity's sake. The characters in red it does not work on. There are some overlapping characters, such as, for me, most notably Duck Hunt, but so there are certain characters where the Trip nor the down forward will work, which is kind of annoying for the combo game, but we'll get into the next one right now. But yeah, otherwise it's just really good. A caveat to the down forward tilt is if your opponent is jumping and you hit them in the air, it doesn't have as much hits done. Like, clearly he got his shine out. So this is only a grounded combo tool, so it's whether, like, it's either you have to be catching your opponent off guard, or, you know, you're punishing them at a shield or something like that, because otherwise it's very difficult. The next one I want to talk about is crouch jab, because this is honestly absolutely broken, because it randomly just works for a very long time in terms of comboing into itself, and it's a loop, and it is really dumb. As you can see, it actually comboed in the combo meter. It is ridiculous, and it allows for a ton of combos. Of course, crouch tilt is very fast. You know, the negative of it is the fact that you would have to crouch into do A, or into doing A. So if you're playing neutral, it's kind of hard to like get it, basically. So again, it's going to be one of those moves that you use as a combo tool, but a really easy way to make it combo better is the fact that when you are landing, you can kind of use your landing lag. I'm pretty sure there's something just in this game where if you land, you can also crouch if you hold down, and you don't have to go through the crouch animation, so you can get stuff like this. Which that's really broken, because then if you don't have to do the crouch, the move is what, frame 6 or something like that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, which is going to be your fastest ground normal into comboing, and less characters can get out of it. Yeah, it's 3 frames faster than the second fastest one, which would be the down forward. So it's 3 frames faster, and it combos on more characters. This is going to be so crucial for you to get combos off of landing Nair. Trust me, it's so important. It's a little bit of an awkward timing because you do have to wait a little longer since you can't buffer it, but it is 100% worth it. The characters that crouch jab into Electric don't work on are on the screen again. The characters in red it does not work on because typically they land too low. Let me show you what I mean. So as you can see, when Pikachu lands, he just goes too low for Kazuya to actually hit him. Again, Pikachu's not the only character, but obviously I gotta let my boy Pika in here. So when Pikachu lands, he goes so low with his just like hard landing that the electric will miss. And it's the same thing as trying to get even landing Nair into electric. It won't work because he's too low, it's the same animation. So that does limit Kazuya's combo strings on those characters, but on Pikachu at least you still have down back because that works on him, so you still can get things like this. Now let's talk about up tilt. So up tilt basically has the same negatives as the crouch jab into electric, whereas if sometimes opponents are pancaking, you're just not going to be able to hit them because the hitbox, while it's pretty low, right, it's like a decently low hitbox, it is still middle of his body, so if characters are really crouching, you're not going to be able to hit them out of it, and kind of as I showed before with the electric, that's just not going to work. So I didn't test that as in-depth because generally I, started using crouch jab and I'm like, oh, this is just better for a lot of things. So up tilt is a little obsolete on characters that you can just crouch jab into electric because those are also going to be more of them than up tilt since up tilt does hit obviously higher. So otherwise you can just use it to extend your combos. If it's not a character that can crouch under it, it's pretty good. It's good damage, and you can of course link it after other things such as I kind of already showed. You can do that, which is nice. But the reason up tilt is super good, of course, is the fact that it makes your entire body invincible, or not your entire body, your upper body invincible when you use it. But for the most part, honestly, when you have an opponent in the air, it's gonna have less hit stun, because let's show how much hit stun this has. Obviously, it can combo, it can combo into electric if it's on the ground. However, if the opponent is in the air, similar to the down forward, it doesn't have as much hit stun, which I'm really sad about because otherwise this is like an amazing anti-air. Now you just kind of have to like finish the move and only, get however much damage that is, 19%. That's not good enough. I want to kill people. But yeah, while I do like up tilt, I do think it is kind of overrated in terms of his kit, just because honestly crouch jab is so much better and it basically does the same thing as like the fast little move. And lastly, we can talk about down throw. So down throw, or grab of course, is a big one because this combos on every character at 0. At higher percents it sends into tumble, so it won't work then, and also if you have range it'll send it to tumble even earlier. So learn your percents because the down throw does put into tumble there. It still will work on people DIing in, but for the most part if you get grabbed by Kazuya you should be DIing out at those percents, just it's something to know. So make sure if you're playing against Kazuya, DI away from that, and as Kazuya, just go for a normal throw. But the fact that it works at 0 to like 20 on every character is absolutely amazing, because if you get the grab by itself, raw, it starts all your combos. One thing I do want to mention when comparing the combos with down throw and then the other moves is the fact that obviously when you are doing down throw into electric, your opponent is a lot higher. They're like at your head as opposed to when you're on the ground, where they're on the ground and they're not at your head. So in order to get the nairs, you are going to have to be a little bit better with your timings, and you will not be able to get the electric into down tilts. That will not work from down throw except on super heavies. So you cannot go for it just because they will air dodge just too early. Like there's no way to get that. But of course you still can land Nair. It's a little tricky, but you can get it, which allows you to get all of his other combo strings that I already mentioned, whether it's down back or down forward or whatever your character's going to do. I honestly, the way I do it is I go for crouch jab because a lot of times Nair actually, the Nair drag down after down throw does not have enough hit stun most of the time to go into down forward, because as your percent gets higher, it has more hit stun. So a lot of times I will go into crouch jab, and this is one of the reasons why the characters that crouch jab doesn't work on, like that is huge, because that is a really simple and universal way to get combos, and you simply like just cannot do it on certain characters. So when characters that crouch jab into electric does work, you can get things like this. And while there are other options you can go for technically, such as the down forward or the down back as I already mentioned, the hit stun's going to be less, so this is just a way easier combo. It's still not easy, but it is easier, because otherwise I'm pretty sure you have to do it like frame perfect, and it's honestly not worth it considering the fact that crouch jab combos on the most people and is just really, really strong, which of course can lead into different loops such as this. You see, I used the higher percent Nair to actually combo into the trip into the down forward, because otherwise it's just really difficult. So like, it's literally just like not even, it's barely even working. So it's not even worth it to go for. Of course, because the down throw is higher, you're going to have a worse nair overall. So you're gonna want to go, trust me, the first one you want to do, assuming it's not one of like the 8 characters that the crouch jab doesn't work on, you're going to want to go for down throw into electric, into nair, into crouch jab, into electric. And honestly, that can basically be the 0 to death because you can also get a forward smash after this. Which is really, really good. So that's just the end of the 0 to death. But, of course, if you are, let's say, farther on the stage and you can just, you know, always get the guaranteed kill with vertical hit, because vertical hit's, of course, more consistent, because it doesn't matter where you are on stage for the combo, it will work. Another thing to look out for this loop, because of course you were talking about your things to get the combos into electric, is nair putting into tumble. So if you notice when I was doing my combo for this, I'm only doing 1 down tilt there, even though most people do 2. Because if you have your opponent at a slightly higher percent, while the rest of the combo will still work, the second nair will put into tumble if you go for 2 crouch jabs. Also just, you know, it's more universal because lighter characters will always, even from 0%, go into tumble from the second nair. So it's just something that's just a better habit for me because you can still get the rest of the combo. It definitely does enough damage to kill basically everyone except for like heavy characters. So it's fine. So again, first nair doesn't have as much hit stun, so you're going to want to go for crouch jab. And the second one, you have way more, to the point where, honestly, I messed it up there, but you can actually get... like, it has so much more hit stun that you can actually get down tilt, which granted, it's not as good for the combo, so you shouldn't do it, because if your opponent DIs away, down tilt into electric never works. But it's just showing you how much time you have, because that's a slow move. So you are not really at, like, assuming you get the spike, you are not stressed with how fast these moves comes out, because it will work, trust me. Whether you want to up tilt, or down forward, or down back, it doesn't matter. It's so, so good. Generally, just as a, you know, personal tip, I would always go into down back if you can, because it's more damage, and it's more guaranteed that your opponent will die. Like, in this case, it would kill both ways. But like, let's say you get an electric in neutral at 30. With the down back, this will definitely kill. But without it, I'm not sure. Yeah, it doesn't kill there. So if you have the ability to go into the down back, into the down forward, which is a true combo, I would personally do it. Of course, this is all assuming that you can down forward into electric and it's not one of the people that get out of it. But again, then you can just continue to go into the crouch jabs and it will work from there. Like, it's so dumb. And then of course you can do this loop, which is even dumber. Just this move is really stupid and has a ton of hit stun. Look at this. Look at what Mario's doing. It takes him that long to shield. So you have so much time. So again, I'm showing up a DI in just because I know some people are particular about that and just want to show both DIs, but look where Mario gets to air dodge. He's already, like, inside my body. That's where he starts air dodging or would start his double jump. You can down tilt that. You can definitely crouch tilt that. Based on this hitbox, which is, like, where your head is, basically, it will definitely work. So you can just kind of loop it. And honestly, the dumbest thing about it is it's the same inputs both ways because of auto turnaround. So I'm going to have my opponent be randomly DIing left or right, and I'm going to do the exact same inputs. Where I'm just going to do electric, into dash forward, into crouch jab, into electric. Because electric doesn't honestly have that much of a difference in where people DI, so if you get the dash, like, you're just in the perfect spot to do these down tilts. And like, they work for long enough to get the kill on, like, most characters. But like, you see that I'm basically just crouching and then holding down. And then I'm getting it. And same with the up smash, where it'll hit both if you do the same timing. Of course, you have to be really good at the timing, but it will work. Like, I'm not inputting a direction other than the electric, which I can wait to see which side they're on after I hit them with the crouch tilt. And this is starting at mid percents. Of course, this does start to work at lower percents. Like, literally, if you get, like, a raw electric at 0, most characters just die. From 0. That's ridiculous. And that's what Kazuya is capable of if you string all those combo things together. Of course, if you start closer to the center, you're still going to get a kill. It's just going to look different. Because, of course, electric combos into forward smash, which is something I didn't cover earlier, because I forgot. But yeah, it combos into forward smash, both DI out and DI in. So basically, if your opponent goes close enough and then you read the blue DI line or react to it correctly, you can get kills at really early percents, basically from anywhere on stage. Of course, there are platform combos. I really don't want to go into them. If you want that, that can be another video, because again, this is basically going to be the most important things, and combos, of course, while they're on every stage and people can just ban FD away from Kazuya, this is not gonna stop you from having some fun on Elite Smash. To go practice your combos. If this is too much information to, use at once, by the way, you can always do this in each segment. Like, you can learn the trip into the electric and play characters that works on, even if it's computers, just to get used to it, because, once you get hit, that should be the stock, right? And just practice. And just get used to doing that move and learn, of course, what each of them are. Oh, and of course, while I did show a couple 0-to-deaths in this video, I am going to have a different video of literally me 0-to-deathing every single character in Smash Ultimate with Kazuya from either grab or side B, basically, because those two combo starters kill every character. It is ridiculous with both DI out and DI in, so look forward to that. And if you want to make sure you don't miss it, hit the subscribe button and also the notification bell so you can get notified every time I upload a brand new video. I promise, for the people that are waiting for non-Kazuya content, it will come after I make enough Kazuya content to feel satisfied, because I really like this character. He's a lot of fun, and there's just so much to learn about him, and so much that I feel like it's just good content. It just makes good content, and he's been a lot of fun to play. I'm gonna have a win streak video, because I currently am at a streak of 57 that I haven't lost yet. So I'll probably be continuing that my next Twitch stream. Which, by the way, check out my Twitch streams, everyone. It's in the link. It's in a link in the description below. I would appreciate it, and I will see you all next time.